Hey folks, Simon Kemp from Kepios here. In today's video, we'll explore the top 10 takeaways from our April 2021 StatShot report, which we produced in partnership with We Are Social and Hootsuite. Starting in reverse order at number 10, the advertising reach of many of the world's top social media platforms grew significantly in the first 3 months of 2021. Instagram delivered the largest increase, with Facebook's tools reporting a jump of 66 million new users between January and March. And that's more than 5% higher than the number that we reported back in January. Snapchat also saw big gains. The platform's ad reach grew by 6% in Q1, with an additional 30 million new users. But it was Twitter that posted the largest relative growth in ad reach this quarter. Numbers in the company's self-service ad tool show growth of more than 12% since the start of this year, with an extra 43 million new users in just the past 3 months. At number 9, nearly 4 in 5 of the world's internet users continue to use email each month. And the latest data clearly show that media stories proclaiming the death of email have largely exaggerated its demise. Globally, China and Japan are the only countries where fewer than 75% of internet users have used a web-based email service in the past month. But in most countries, that figure is well above 80%. And even more surprisingly, email is equally popular across age groups, with GWI's latest numbers showing that young people are just as likely to use email as their parents are. In at number 8, more than half of the world's internet users now say that they watch vlogs every month. The popularity of these video blogs has been rising steadily over recent months, and vlogs now reach 150 million more people each month than they did this time 2 years ago. Vlogs are particularly popular in Southeast Asia, with more than 3/4 of internet users in Indonesia and the Philippines saying that they've watched at least one vlog in the past 30 days. Meanwhile, roughly 1 in 7 internet users around the world say that they actively visit vlogs when researching products and services, so they represent an interesting opportunity for marketers too. We've got some new numbers for TikTok here at number 7. A company sales deck reveals that the short video platform now claims more than 730 million monthly active users around the world, up from the 689 million that ByteDance reported back in August. It's unclear which time period this new number relates to, but other data show that the platform is still growing steadily. For example, Sensor Tower reported 58 million combined installs of either the TikTok or Douyin mobile app across the iOS and Google Play stores in March 2021. At number 6, the number of people around the world using voice search continues to grow. 46.7% of internet users between the ages of 16 and 64 say that they've used voice interfaces in the past month, up from 45.3% just 3 months ago. That might not sound like a big jump, but to put the percentages in perspective, the numbers indicate that more than 60 million people started using voice interfaces between October and December last year. It's also worth highlighting that the majority of voice search takes place on smartphones, so while smart speakers are certainly an exciting opportunity, they're not the only consideration when it comes to voice. Headline number 5 this quarter is that most social media audiences overlap, with only a tiny fraction of users unique to any one social platform. And in fact, the latest data revealed that a massive 99% of adult social media users outside of China use at least 2 different social platforms each month. Moreover, for many of the world's top social platforms, just 1 in every 1,000 users is unique. The key conclusion here is that brands don't need to be active on all social media platforms in order to achieve good levels of reach. And in fact, the data show that in many cases, adding a new social platform to your mix will simply duplicate existing reach. It won't necessarily extend it. This quarter's number 4, internet users aged 16 to 64 are actually more likely to follow brands on social media than they are to follow influencers. Now, the difference between the two is admittedly only very slight. 23% follow brands, compared with 21% for influencers, but this finding may still surprise many marketers. And the key takeaway here is that a balance of paid, owned, and earned media activity is still the best way to achieve large-scale reach and awareness. A great insight for number 3 this quarter, working-age internet users outside of China say that WhatsApp is their favorite social platform. 24% of respondents to GWI's survey put the messaging service in top place, with Facebook ranking second at 22%. Overall, more than 2/3 of respondents chose a Facebook-owned platform as their top choice, but just 3 platforms out of the available options were identified as a favorite by more than 5% of the survey base. Our second biggest headline this quarter: global social media users have grown by more than 500 million over the past 12 months. There are now 4.33 billion social media users on Earth, which equates to 55% of the world's total population. User numbers have grown by 13.7% since this time last year, and growth over the first 3 months of the year was even faster than the growth rate that we reported at the start of 2021. But the top digital story this quarter is that more than 60% of the world's total population now uses the internet. Internet users have grown by more than 7.5% over the past year, reaching a total of 4.72 billion by the start of April 2021. And what's more, those internet users spend an average of almost 7 hours a day using the internet, which means that humanity now spends a combined average of more than 3.7 million years online every single day. We've still got some way to go before internet access becomes ubiquitous though, with more than 3 billion people around the world still unconnected. Now that's all for this quarter's summary, but just head over to DataReportal.com if you'd like to read the full report or if you'd like to explore any of these stories in more detail. Thanks again to Hootsuite and We Are Social for making these reports possible, and to our wonderful data partners for sharing their valuable insights. And thanks to you for joining me today too. I look forward to seeing you in our next video.